Hello and welcome to Happy to Crochet. I'm Sarah Lee, and in this video I thought I would share with you the flip through for this magazine. It has some pattern books in it. It is the Learn to Crochet by Coates and Clark, book number 210. It's from 1971, and I mentioned it in my video yesterday when I had answered the questions from the tag that I found on Terry's podcast at Yarn Joy Podcast. The question had to do with where do you get your inspiration and ideas? And I was just saying, I get it out of pattern books such as this. I went on to eBay to see if it was still like available somewhere, at least there, and it is. It's there. So there's a couple of different people that are selling it. Let me find it. There's one. There's one. There's one. So it's still out there that can be purchased. And the reason why I thought I would do a flip through is because such as this person who is selling it, and I'm not saying anything bad. This is how they're doing theirs, which is fine. They're showing that there's some, written instructions and how to, which is good. This person shows the front and the back. So it does show there are some ideas right there, but I didn't see, there's at least one more, if they have all the pictures. Oh, this one did a pretty good job, I think. Well, this one looks like they have a lot of pictures. There's the front and the back, and then some instructions on the front and the back. And I think the same instructions. So you're not able to see all the different little things that are in it, which I know it takes time. So I thought, since I mentioned it yesterday in this particular one, it's still available out there if you wanted to get it. So maybe something in here that you see you would want to work up, or maybe you just want it for the contents of information, because I think it looks pretty good. So let's Learn to Crochet. And here's that back photo. So there's a wrap, a shawl. Sorry if my finger looks dirty. I promise you it's not dirt. I have some animals that are not doing so good. One has a wound right now. Actually, two of them have a wound, and I think I mentioned that. And so I'm using some, it's called blue lotion, but I think it's methylene blue. Anyways, you get that stuff on your hands and it takes a while to wash off, which it's washed off. It's just in the cracks of my nails, and that is hard to get out. So it's there. It's not dirt, I promise you. But yeah, I'm using gloves as much as possible. So anyways, there's the wrap, a shawl, looks like maybe an Afghan, and then she has on a skirt. And this pattern's kind of unique, so I'll show you guys inside what's in there. All right, so you open the book up, and then it talks, there's this letter, Learn to Crochet. It's simple, it's fun, it's fashion, right? And not only do you relax as you add to your wardrobe, you also gain a deep sense of satisfaction in your creative ability. Yes. So there's a whole letter right there. And then it goes on to hints on crochet, the reference index, all the different things in here, I guess. Where you could find the abbreviations, Afghan stitch, crochet hooks, decreasing, different things. And then there's a model index. So there's quite a few different patterns in here. So this is all the model patterns that they have. Let me talk about how to check your gauge, blocking, laundering, and finishing. So there's different ways when you're blocking, for wool or synthetics, what to do, and then abbreviations. So showing you how to do the gauge, talking about the blocking, laundering, and the abbreviations. So nice to have on hand. It's like a nice reference book. How to crochet, how to do the different things here. The thread over, draw through loop. And then talking about like a basic stitch, a single crochet, those kinds of things. They're using a pot holder as a project to practice, I guess. And so here, talking about that, how to do a pot holder and then a little drawstring bag. I was just looking at that just a few minutes ago and thinking, I need to make that for my little cousin. I have a 4-year-old cousin. And so she's my, I think, I want to say she is my cousin twice removed, I think is how she would be. So my cousin who is close to me in age and we're on the same like branch of the family tree, he has a daughter. She would be my first cousin removed. And then her daughter is my second cousin once removed. So in case you hear that and you're like, that makes no sense to me, girl, I got you. Boy, I got you. I know how that all works now. It took me a while to figure it out. I love family history stuff. If you have questions and you want me to answer anything like how to do family history stuff, I will gladly help you. Anyway, so I think I should be able to work that up pretty quick. Make that for her. She's into Frozen right now because she's 4. Maybe I can make it for her and then put some snowflakes on it. I think that'd be fun. All right, and then there's the instructions for the pot holder and then how to make the drawstring for the bag. Increasing and decreasing, and then there's a project that you can work on to practice that. And so I am currently making this little bean bag. So I thought that cat was cute. I wanted to make it. I'm going to fill mine up with, I have some corn kernels. So I like to pop my own corn for popcorn, right? And then I noticed that I had some that have been sitting in my cabinet for years. And then I tried to make popcorn with it, which it still worked, but they tasted kind of stale. So I'm like, okay. I mean, some things like they're dried, you can use and they're okay for a long time. But anyways, I decided to keep the corn kernels. You can grow corn from it, I'm sure. I should try that and see if it'll happen. That might be fun, just for an experiment. I think I know where I can grow it too. I'm gonna go outside that window. Anyway, I'm in a basement, so when I say that window, it's really up. I'm underground. Anyways, I thought I can use that for the bean bag, right? And I can use some nylon stockings. That's a whole nother story where I have a lot of that. But I have some of the little short ones that, women wear underneath like trousers, I guess. I have some brand new. I can use those. I can use that for the beanbag part. But this is, I only got one part of it done. I definitely need to put my ends in. I used the magic circle to create it. And this is the other side. This is the right side. It's pretty, huh? It's really pretty. I like that. It's kind of like the pattern that it makes. You can kind of see the little spokes, or yeah, I guess spokes, where I've done the increases. That's really pretty. And I'm just using like a crafty type yarn. The yarn probably came out of there's like sometimes the magazines that give you the crafting. So it says Knitting and Crochet Artist Soft Violet. But I picked it up at the thrift store for 25 cents. Using what you get, right? So I'm going to need another one of these. And I do know I have another purple. That's why I figured it would be perfect. And then I can make a purple kitty for her so we can play hopscotch, because I'm going to go visit this little cousin here in a couple of weeks. And yeah, so I'm going to make her that. But I'm going to have to do some embroidery. Remember that black floss that I got from the thrift store not too long ago? That's going to help create some of that. And then if you wanted to continue making I guess a round pot holder. So it gives you, well, let me back up. It gives you like the instructions for how to make the cat. But then as I was reading the instructions, then it was basically saying that if you go to, you know, like a different spot in here, like you could end it, or you can make it a pot and make it a pot holder, or you continue on and make it into a cat. So broadening the ideas of like, even though this was for a cat bean bag, you know, you could then turn it into something that's different. And I have a bad feeling I might be getting a phone call here in a moment. My husband and daughter are getting ready to go somewhere, and he might call me to tell me he's leaving. Anyway, so it talks about like how to decrease, increase, and you practice it. Half double crochet, turning your work, attaching new thread, crochet a motif, making the granny motif belt and bag. So then here's a way to practice. She made it into her belt, and then here's her bag. So it's neat. And then it gives you like this diagram of like the bag, how to make tassels. Granny motif poncho for a skirt, but look at how she's wearing it. So she shows it here as like the poncho, and then as a skirt. And even though that might not be, and there she is again, even though that might not be what sparks your interest, but then it allows for the mind to go, you know what, there's something else that I can use for that. Because a lot of things can be used for more than one idea, I guess, right? I'm just looking back to see if I missed anything in here, like how to finish edges and all that. Double crochet, single crochet, slip stitch. So working through all this book, it'll kind of give you ideas and then practice. So there's like for the treble, and I know I'm just showing that quickly because I want to spoil it for anybody in particular. I might get a knock at the door. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Triangled crocheted shawl. Let's see, she's got her crocheted shawl there. And it looks like, oh no, I thought there was like a motif on there, but it's just showing through because there's her elbow, and then it's just showing through. She's got a nice slender back there. So a knot stitch, multiple stitches. Then this one, oh, is it the same shawl? No, there's another shawl called the knot stitch shawl. And I wonder if it's the same thing as the love knot, but that's pretty. I wonder if it's this one. This one here. No, it's not, because it doesn't have fringe. That one doesn't have fringe. And those both have fringe. Interesting. Then the Afghan. You can see her Afghan there. She's got a nice sized Afghan. So talking about making strips and gauge, the hairpin lace. So this book has like everything in it. How to do that hairpin lace. And oh, she's got the hairpin lace stole. Well, they call that a stole, which that is also the term for that wrap, is a stole. Ooh, filet crochet. That is something that I'm going to need to learn to do. I have a cousin that is putting me on notice that I might need to make something for his family. So I might be having to learn how to do that. And then it talks about popular stitches, which maybe, oh, the open shell stitch and the shell stitch, clusters, puff stitch, popcorn stitch, shinong, I don't know how you say it, but the bun. I wish I could say that word. Here's the word, but it's the cover. I should make one of those. I wear my hair in a bun a lot just to keep it up and out of the way. Looks like I have a tear there, but I don't. Keep it up and out of the way. We've been having a lot of wind lately, and so I know I put it back, and then my husband hasn't said anything about it yet, but sometimes some of my friends are like, "Oh, your hair looks so pretty down." I know, thank you. But I put it up when it's hot. And anyway, so that is the entire book. Hopefully you liked it. Like I said, you can find that still on eBay. Or maybe at a local thrift store, or I don't know, maybe sometimes the library can have some books. I looked at my library to look at their crochet books and magazines, and unfortunately they didn't have a whole lot. But I also think it has to do with what people are interested in the community. So there might not be a lot of people who are interested in this stuff. I do find stuff occasionally at the thrift store. I'm looking quickly here. I apologize. This one. So I'll show you the spine of this. So they have like crochet, I think it says crochet. Yeah. Crochet reference. And I thought, well, maybe it was from the library. So I got excited, super excited that would be a book that was at my library, but it wasn't. It's not even how they mark their books. So I don't know where these all came from. And I looked inside to see if it said like whose library these came out of, because apparently it came from somebody's library. I have several of them that I purchased it from the thrift store, so I'm grateful for that. So grateful for when people are done with the items that they no longer want. I'm grateful for them donating, because that helps me to acquire. If you're like-minded like me and you like the older things, that one good way to get them, or share from the from the library, or if you're in a group. I'm not in a group. There is a guild. Ooh, that's tomorrow morning. There is a guild in town. Usually I can't go because it's Wednesday mornings and I'm usually not available. Maybe I can go to that tomorrow. That's an exciting thought for me. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, do me a big favor. I would love it if you liked, subscribed, leave me a comment. Let me know if you have this book. Let me know if you know that your grandmother had this book, or someone that you know, if you've made something from this little book, or if there's a project in there that you like, or if there's a project in there that you're like, I would love to see you make that. Now, I don't know. That Afghan's pretty big. Maybe if I did different colors. Those are very 70s colors, which is fine, completely fine. But maybe I'll use her pattern for something. I don't know. I really like this shawl too. I really like that. I like a lot of the little projects in there. So to me, I thought it's a great book. It's full of good stuff. But let me know. Help me give some ideas. Again, if you know of somebody, a podcaster that I should watch, let me know. Please, please share. I do know that Terry has shared where she finds some of her patterns, and I've looked them up. I would love to make that little tree house, maybe with the little animals in it. I'm thinking that would be cute. And then I started thinking, there's some other little things that I would love to be able to create. It would take me a while to learn how to do that, but I have some ideas of things that I would, I think, love to make. So anyways, tell me what you guys think. I just spilled some water on me. Anyways, tell me what you guys think. Share your ideas. Let's be this community that shares. So I know you guys are. I know you guys already do. You guys are great. You guys are wonderful. All right. I have the house to myself. I just realized my family left. They'll be gone for about a half hour or so. Maybe I will watch. I know. I am going to watch. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to watch I'm going to watch a podcaster. I'm not going to say who because I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll finish this, or maybe I will finish this. Little sneak peek. All right, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Hopefully, you know what, if I get this project done that's over here, then I can share that maybe with you guys tomorrow or so. All right, you guys, take care. Bye.